So, hello everybody. My new bow has arrived. I'm just about to do a bit of an unboxing here for you guys. So literally I was just on the phone to one of my good friends from New Zealand who were just lining up a tar hunt, and as well as on the phone, my new Prime Logic in ghost green, which I've been waiting for so long now, has arrived. So, new bow, ready to go. I'm going to unbox it for you guys. It's going to be exciting times all around. So, Prime Logic was the new bow for 2018 for Prime G5, and it is an absolute cracker. I've been really looking forward to getting my hands on this bow, and as you guys know, I'm a very big Prime advocate. I've shot Prime for about 5 years now, and I think they're just an unbelievable bow. I'm going to run you through a few differences, and what we're going to do tomorrow is I'm going to do a full setup video. I'm going to see Ash from Benson's Archery. We're going to set this bow up completely, deck it all out, show you guys how we're going to paper tune it. We're going to run through a fair few different arrows. We're going to run through Full Metal Jackets, Carbon Express, Maxima Reds, Eastern Axis. We're going to go through those three arrows to see which one tunes best, and then from there, yeah, get this bow firing out as hard as we can. So super excited to unbox this. So I'm going to give you guys. So this is this bow here is 31-inch axle to axle. Basically. Set from 70 to 80 pounds, and I'm actually going to set this bow back to about 74 pounds, just because I want to get a little bit more, I want to lighten off the bow a little bit, and get a little bit more consistency from the arrow. So G5 has sent me a whole heap of cool gear as well. We're going to give to our guys on retreat. So stack of Prime hats here. They've sent me over some 100 grain G5 strikers. These will be for Lovell for his new bow. They've also sent me a stack more hats for the guys, which is cool. And oh my god, here it is. Oh, some Montex. Yep, they're for Lovell as well, mate. You're getting looked after. And all these things here are G5 products. More hats for the boys, which is great for our retreats. These guys have really come to the party on this. These Montex are quite good too. I've been using these on fallow when I first started, and then I ended up going over to the Striker. These are a replaceable blade, and these are unreal. They're really sharp, deadly blades, which is cool fun. Anyway, here we go. Another hat. Some mags. More hats. Oh, these guys are looking after our boys, that's for sure. All right. Okie dokie, here it is. Prime Logic. Now, a lot of people ask me why I shoot Prime, and it's basically because of the dual cam and the accuracy. So, pull this one out for you guys. Amazing. This color is ghost green. That is why you shoot a Prime right there. The dual track cam. And what this does, it creates a lot of accuracy in your shot. You got those two cams, and what it does, it stops cam lean and torque, and it really creates a lot of accuracy in your shot. So just pulling these off now, and you'll see how solid this limb section is. If I flip that around and show you guys, look at that limb pocket. You could absolutely knock out anybody with that. Swifty to the back of the head with that. It's like a hammer. Hammer your tent pegs in with it. Again, dual track cam at the bottom. Unbelievable. I'm absolutely stoked to be able to finally have this. So another cool thing about the Primes is too the Synergy technology. So this grip is dead center in the middle of the bow. I should be able to balance it directly on my finger, right in the middle there. And as you can see, that's not actually going anywhere. So that center grip technology is the same as the Synergies. Basically, when it's on shot, you've got it sitting there, and it will just stay nice and true. All right, how's the weight of the Logic? Mate, it's right on 4 pounds. So it's actually lighter, or I think it might be a little bit lighter from memory. I think it comes to like 3.9 or 4 pounds. So basically the same weight as a Hoyt RX1, Carbon RX1. My Carbon RX1 Ultra is actually 4.1 pounds. So this comes in roughly around about the same weight. And like I said, 31 inches axle to axle. Fantastic bow. So yeah, I'll be really looking forward to setting this up tomorrow. It's finally good to have it in my hands. I've been hanging out for this for a long time now. And yeah, I love the color. It's absolutely fantastic. So Another cool thing about the Primes is this Flexus AR roller guard. As you can see, it's adjustable. A lot of guys ask me about yoke tuning. Obviously, you can see this doesn't actually have a yoke. And what that means is once all the string goes on, it sort of self-settles. Then when you do all your broadhead tuning or your paper tuning, you do it through this, which is a little bolt here on the side. And you can wind it in and out just to get the torque on the string correct. And then obviously adjust it through the drop away rest, which is cool. Anyway, guys, if you guys have any more questions or anything about the Prime Logic or any of the Prime range, let me know. I've shot most of them. Shot the the Impact, the Rise, the Synergy, and now the Logic. And I can't wait to shoot this bow tomorrow and get it all set up and have it for hunting season this year. And yeah, hopefully take it over and get stuck into some tar and some chamois later on in the year, and then have it for next year, which will be great. So yeah, any more questions, just ask, and check out my video for Instagram TV tomorrow. I'll pop it up later on in the day, and we're going to do a full video on the setup of this bow tomorrow. So stay tuned. Prime Logic, thumbs up. Hey guys, here it's Benson Archery. We are just about to lock in this Prime Logic, my one that I got yesterday. Here it is, and we're just about to deck it out with the bow magician Ash. Very keen to get this bow tuned up and in the field, which would be great. So what we've got is, what I'm putting on this bow is, first of all, we're going to test the draw length. I've ordered it in 29 inches, but I just drew a 28.5 and it felt very good. So we might do a cam swap out. What we're going to be putting on it is, I'll show you here. I'm going to be doing some black gold ascent verdict sight. That's going on it. We've got the Hamsky Hunter Pro Rest. That'll be going on it as well. And also too, we're going to shoot some, and we're going to broadhead tune it with some Ozcut 100 grain 2 blades. So this is basically getting set up for I'm going on a pig hunt in 2 weeks with Benny and Chris from Outdoor Odyssey, and we're going to be looking at 4 different types of arrows to broadhead tune this, or to paper tune it. I'm going to be using a Carbon Express Maxima Red. We're going to be using an Eastern Axis 260. We're using a Full Metal Jacket 300 grain and a Full Metal Jacket 340. I suspect that the Axis and the Maxima Red are going to perform the best. And we're going to dial this bow down from 80 pounds down to about 74, 75. So we're actually going to bring it down a bit. I'm hoping that we can shoot the Maxima Reds out of it, which would be pretty cool. But if not, we'll just buy arrows to suit and go from there. Also too, I'm going to be running a tight spot quiver on it. This one exactly here. The 5 arrow quiver, which I'm really excited about. So yeah, so here we go. Just out here with Adam.
Sure. Thanks, Luke. Bring me out here.
No worries, buddy. I brought him out here so he can get poor.
Yeah, that's it.
Poor but happy.
Very happy. Yeah.
So Ash is he's going over Prime Logic. Like I said, I just got one of these, and also Adam's going to set himself up with one as well. How does that to shoot, buddy?
It's good, really smooth on the draw, and Luke gives great advice for someone who doesn't know what they're doing.
I don't know what I'm doing at all. Not at all.
You know more than I do.
Ash knows what he's doing though.
Oh, I don't know about that.
We won't let that get out, just in case. But yeah, so we're going to deck it out now and have a look at some accessories on there. Sight, stab, drop away, and yeah, see how we can go. Okay, Asho, what's the first thing we're doing?
Just bolting the rest on.
Empty rest, straight on there. Do you want to go, are you going to go to bottom or top with the top limb?
Go top.
Sweet as. Keep going to the top. Exciting times. Shouldn't have any issues with that one. I think it's already done.
Yeah, it should be pretty simple. Oh, cabling.
Nice one. Yeah, I've been shooting this Hamsky rest this year. It's been really good. Very consistent.
Yep.
Shooting our heights now.
That'll work.
Look alright?
Looks good. Tighten her up.
Sweet. So ultimate moment of truth. We've got it. It's set up, sight, drop away. Everything's good to go. I'm going to run a couple of rounds down on it. I haven't even shot it yet, not even once. So I'm going to give it a crack now. Should be fun. I'll throw a couple of arrows down before I tune it. Christ. Feels pretty good. Unbelievable. Stiffer draw cycle than the Hoyt. Much stiffer. I'm going to adjust that let off a bit, I think. It's good, let off's tight. Alright, so we have just shot this through paper with a Carbon Express Maxima Red, and we have bullet hole 1, bullet hole 2, bullet hole 3. And I'm really excited about that. It means I'm not going to have to change arrows. I'm going to get a really good speed out of this bad boy, which is fantastic. Okay, so after a successful trip to Benson's Archery yesterday with the new Prime Logic, I got back home last night to find my new crossover stabilizer, which I forgot to video last night, and I was very eager and attach it straight to the bow. So I'm going to give you guys a rundown on that now. And basically the whole bow makeup, what I've actually added and put on it, and how I've set it up. And then, yeah, I'll show you that. And then later on, I can't wait to get down to the range today and finally shoot it in. I'm going to shoot it in with some 100 grain Oscut broadhead. So basically, yeah, this crossover, you guys that haven't seen, the crossover stabilizer, it's basically a telescopic stabilizer. It can go from 8 inches out to 21 inches. So if you're shooting 3D, you might be able to drift that right out to give you more stability on the shot. If you're in tight quarter or maybe you're out in the open hunting, you can push it out to maybe 15 or 16 inches to create more stability in the wind or whatever. And then if you're in tight quarters hunting, it's just an 8-inch stabilizer, and I'm going to show you that right now basically. So it's super cool attachment. I've never used one of these before, so it's a little bit of a, I don't know what you'd call it, like a little bit of a gamble, whether it's going to be decent or not. But I've read some reviews and it's pretty good. The reviews have come up good. So basically, the Prime Logic, obviously the Sitka gear cover. Now, here's the stabilizer, showing you out the crossover stabilizer ordered in green to go with the riser. It's a different green though, but no big deal. So basically that's an 8-inch stabilizer there as it is. And then from there, if I wanted to push it out, I basically just untwist that, and it's got one more, untwist that. And it's got adjustment notches on the front, so you can see that. If you're just going to run that one out, that's fine as well. So essentially you get an 18-inch stabilizer on the front of that bad boy. If you're doing any of your 3D shoots, you can see how that would be beneficial. Also too, if I'm out hunting and potentially I'm in an area where I can run the stabilizer out a little bit more, I can just run it out, just push that front bar out, and then take it out to like a 15-inch stab. And that way, yeah, I can get a little more stability on the shot if I'm out in the open field hunting as well. But also just quickly folds away back down to an 8-inch stabilizer. So it's actually pretty well made. I'm pretty surprised. All carbon fiber. The ends are 1 ounce steel weights, and you can interchange those as needed. So basically, the setup on my bow, on my new Prime Logic, is I've got a tight spot quiver on the side. And I've never run a tight spot before, but I'm really excited to run a tight spot on this. The last Prime I used one of their Prime Sherpa quivers, so I was keen to just drop a little bit of weight. The Sherpa quiver was amazing, fantastic, however just a little bit too heavy and I was getting a bit of canter. I had to actually pan that out with a back bar. So I had the stabilizer on one side and the back bar off the other side, but we're going to alleviate that now with the tight spot. It actually doesn't really put any canter or torque on the bow. So it just comes off like that. Very, very simple. I'm using a Maxima Red 350 for my arrows with 100 grain tips. So the sight I'm using on this one is the same I'm using on my other bows, and that is a Black Gold Ascent Verdict Dovetail. And this is a fantastic bow. I like using the multi-pin, and I haven't set this up yet, but I'll actually grab my other bow here and show you how I've got it set up. So you can see with this bow, I've got the pin set right up. The top 20-yard pin is in the middle. I've got my 30, 40, 50, 60, all the way down. So with this one, I'm going to set it up the same. I'm going to start at the top. I'm going to bring that top pin there down to the middle and then slide up under there. Probably take the 5th pin out and just run a 4-pin. So we're running 20, 30, 40, and 50 yards. And then anything other than that, you can spin it around and you would put a sight tape onto that there, and then that goes up and down, then your 20-yard pin becomes your adjustable pin, which is really cool. These are great sights, quite robust, hardy, not that expensive either, compared to like something some others on the market. It's actually quite affordable. But I've been running the other one for about 3.5 years now, and I haven't had an issue with it. So it's good to have another one on this bow. The rest I'm running at the moment is a Hamskea Hunter Pro drop away, and this is a limb driven, so you can see that cord goes right up to the top and attaches there, comes down. Obviously when you draw the bow back, that fork there will pop up and hold the arrow up, and then once you release it, it will drop away and push the arrow through, which is really cool. And obviously the new stabilizer for the bottom. I'm really liking it. I shot it yesterday. I don't know what speed. We didn't run it through the chronograph, so I'm not too sure what speed it's getting. I'm just going to go down to the range today and sight it in old school with not knowing any speeds. I was really happy with the way it shot yesterday. Actually, we shot it through paper with these Maxima Reds, and it was shooting bullet holes straight off the bat. Like, we didn't have to adjust it at all, which was quite freakish. That said, I'm eager to get a broadhead on the front to see if there's any weakness in the spine there, but for all intents and purposes, it looks like it's going to be good to go straight off the bat. So I'm going to get down the archery range later on and see how it goes. Prime Logic is now all decked out officially. Okie dokie guys, I'm here down at Manly Ringer Field Archers, just about to slide in the Logic. Now what I've done here is I like to run my top pin right in the middle like that. So I've detuned all these, they're all loose, they're just all sitting there ready to be sighted in. So I'm going to just throw a few down at 20 yards and see where it's shooting right now. Let you guys come for the journey. Have a look at that. They look a fraction low and left, but that should be pretty easy to fix. So go up here and have a bit of a look. They're just a fraction left, just a fraction low. They're pretty much within an inch of each other, which I'm happy about. Right there. Good sign to start the tuning process. So we've got 20 to 50 yards sighted in, and I've just relayed that over to a sight tape. So we're going to go check and see that's on and mark it as we need to go. And then as I finish that, I'm going to then find the sight tape that aligns with the one that I'm drawing on, and then we'll switch that over and put it straight on and see how it goes. Exciting times. So the sight tape is finally on, and we've got the 300 foot per second sight tape on there, which is spitting. However, I'm a little bit dubious because we're about to broadhead tune it, and I think it might be a little bit too quick for these broadheads. We'll see what happens. So yeah, so pretty excited. We're going to throw on a couple of different broadheads. We're going to throw on an an Ozcut 2 blade as one of my broadheads that I'm going to use to tune. And then from there, if I can find them, we've got a couple of ballistic match points from G5, and I'll show you this as well. Because as you guys know, I shoot G5 expandables a fair bit, as well as the Ozcuts. So this is the Havoc that I shoot, and it's got some dummy blades on it, so you can use these blades to be actually broadhead tuning, so you don't wear out your other ones. And then this is ballistic match point, is basically a machined broadhead or a machined field point to emulate the drag of the broadhead, and it's basically 99.2% accurate to a broadhead, and that's good enough for me. So I'm going to be popping that on as well. So one Ozcut, one of these ballistic match points, and one of these Havocs. We're going to see how they all group together. Really excited. The bow's grouping really well, shooting really well. Really liking this extendable stabilizer too. So yeah, it's something to think about, especially when you're tuning your bow to get that little bit of stability. Put that right out there, and it'll make you a lot more stable in the shot. Okie dokie. So we're back at Benson's, Prime Logic at the hip. We've got the 29-inch draw cams on there, and they are just a little bit too long for me. I was at the range, and yeah, I was just getting that shot pulling to the left just because it was just too long for me. So coming back in now to Benson's, Yeti in hand, we are just about to do a cam swap. We're going to swap out the 29-inch cams for 28.5-inch cams, as I drew that bow back when I was in here the other day, and it was spot on. So really looking forward to seeing how that goes. And also too, we upgraded the arrows to Eastern Axis 260s for the Maxima Reds, which I think they're going to group better, especially with the fixed blade heads. Okie dokie, round 2 down at Mount Leeringa Field Arches, and we have a slightly heavier arrow, Axis 260, and we've also got shorter cams, 28.5-inch, which are feeling fantastic, mind you. So really stoked about the shorter cam. Yeah, just that extra half-inch was just too long. It was affecting the shot sequence of mine, so super glad to be down a little bit. So what we're going to do is get down here, re-sight in our 20 to 50, put the tape on, and then broadhead tune. Hopefully I'll get this done in an hour, and yeah, from there the Prime Logic here will finally be tuned and ready to go for a couple of weekends time. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting onto some pigs and some deer with this. It'll be great. So basically, I just want to share something with you. I'm in love with this bow. Unbelievable. I got down here and I had it broadhead tuned, and we paper tuned it in no time. I broadhead tuned it, and I just finished broadhead tuning it, and I've just decided that I thought I'd say to myself, I'm going to take one shot at 54 yards, dial it on the single pin. If it hits, that's the last shot I'm going to have, and I'm going to head straight over and then finalize the detailing on it, like taking a pin off and just tidying up everything. So I'm walking you guys down right now to the 54 yard mark, and this was my shot right here, right there. You do not have any idea with how happy I am with this Prime Logic. I just can't, words can't describe it. Like, yeah, words cannot describe how good these bows are. And this is the 5th one I've shot. And for anybody getting into the market that wants a good, reliable bow, you know, you've got all the different bow companies. Like Hoyt's been around for like 70, 80 years, and they're a really good brand, don't get me wrong, but you know, Prime's come out, and I'm speaking from experience too, because I have a Hoyt RX1, I do, and it took me 4 or 5 months to tune, and it was terrible. Not that the bow's terrible, but it was just a really hard time tuning it, getting it all sorted. And I get down here with this bow, and within 2 days I've got a broadhead tuned and shooting groups like you would not believe. I am just unbelievably impressed with this bow, and unbelievably impressed with Prime G5 as a company. They make amazing products. You've got all the bows, even the Quest line, their mid-range line's amazing, their broadheads, but these bows are special. For anybody getting into archery, I would 100% recommend buy Prime, or at least shoot it. I mean, like, whatever bow you feel is going to serve you best, is you're most comfortable with, that's probably going to be the one that you need to use. And for me, it's Prime. And every time I go and try other bows, I always come back. And the dual cam just gets you in the right position. That dual cam right there, that thing there is absolute genius. It just sets you in the right position, gives you all the confidence in the world. There's no torque in the front arm. You get massive stability on the shot, and look at that, unbelievable. That's, look, 54 yards right there on the pin. So I'm beyond belief in how good this bow is, and super grateful to be able to shoot it and get that confidence back that I lost over the last 4 months in not shooting a Prime. So anyway, I'm gonna take it over now, tidy it up, and yeah, that's it. Happy as Larry, whoever that is.